at you and tell you how much I love you. I want
Hey guys, it's Rochelle and I'm back on this video. If you're listening back from pretty ass, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Because for this vlog, hi, welcome back, honey bees. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved this pretty royal blue smoky eye look. I'm going to be using 3 different palettes to create this look, so I hope you guys can follow along and continue on to this video. So I'm going to first prime my eye with my P. Louise base and the number 4. You don't really need a lot, just about that much is all you really need. Then I'm gonna take a flat brush to start blending that out a little. I already did my eyebrows off camera, as you guys can tell. So there is a little of my Tarte Shape Tape still underneath, but we're just gonna cover that up. Start smoothing it out. And once I got it to about there, I'm going to take Real Techniques base shadow brush to buff that out and kind of set it into place, starting on the outside. You want to pat this in, but you also don't want to remove it, so you're just blending it into itself, into your skin. It's looking nice and smooth. We're gonna start blending now. I'm starting off in my Jaclyn Hill palette with this brush. Doesn't really have a name, but I got it in a pack of brushes and it just looks like this. Very good for blending out colors by your brow bone. So I'm gonna take this color first. I just pat it right under my eyebrow, or wherever I need to pat it, just pat it. And now I'm going to start blending. I'm just going in a circular motion where my natural area is. I start off at the crease area and just blow it out. You want to make sure you're blending this well in a circular motion, little small circular motion. And now that I've got that blended kind of how I want to for now, I'm going to go into this shade here with a really small brush, and I'm going to start packing that on and building it up, placing it about here where my crease is. I'm just gonna build that color up. With the same pressing motion. And I'm just gonna blend that into the same color, switching between each color to get a nice even blend. And now once I've got that blended how I want it to be blended, I'm gonna take my Ray Ray and BH Cosmetics brush in the number 6, and I'm gonna go into my Morphe 39A palette and take this beautiful red shade, and I'm gonna blend that into my crease as well, right on top of the shade we just put. So I'm gonna place it about here. And you can pat this in and you can blend at the same time, just to give it that nice look. You definitely want to look up when blending. Always look up. It's gonna help you get the most seamless blend. So just go, pat in, and start blending out, just like so. And once I've got that blended how I want to blend it, I'm going to go back into this palette. And I'm going to take this palette right next to the black in the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm going to really smoke that out. You guys can take it as high as you want to. I took my pretty eyes about up there. But you want to start it low, right about here. And just work in circular motions. I don't know if you guys can see me. Circular motions like so. I'm going to keep it low in the crease first, but I'm going to eventually smoke it out. Okay, I have that blended out how I want it to be blended. I did add a little bit of this black shade right here just to deepen it up a little bit more. Now I'm going to do my lid color, and I'm going to be mixing these two together. So just a little bit of that and a little bit of that. And I'm gonna just start packing it on my eye. And I'm trying to create a circular, lid. So I'm just going to go all the way up to my natural crease and create that circle. Because we're not actually cutting the crease, we're just gonna make it look as if we did. And now that I have that how I want it, I'm going to go into my Fenty Beauty palette. This is the Galaxy palette from the Galaxy collection. And I'm going to take that, I broke my palette a little bit, but I'm going to take the Royal Blue shade. And it is like a shimmer glitter type of mix color. And I'm going to put that on top. It just adds a little bit of sheen. I'm going to use my brush, but I'm also going to incorporate my finger and just pat it on like so. And since I am going for a full glam look, I did use my Anastasia palette in Correct. I primed already with the Hangover RX, and I did set with powder. And I'm going to go ahead and take my Born This Way concealer and just, actually no, I'm gonna set with powder one more time just so I don't get any transfer. I'm going to go ahead now and take my concealer straight under my eye. This is Born This Way in the color Butterscotch. And I'm going to put this in every area where I'm going to highlight. It's just under my eyes, above my lips, my chin, center of my forehead, my bridge of my nose, bottom of my nose. And I'm going to also take my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. And I'm going to take this e.l.f. powder brush. It looks like a flat brush, that's what I'm using. And I'm going to go ahead and place my foundation here. And right around here, just like that. And I'm gonna go back into my Anastasia palette for my contour. And I'm gonna take this Real Techniques 303 brush, looks like that. I'm gonna go into the darkest contour color, really pack it on, and start building up my contour. And firstly, I'm going to take my kabuki brush, flat brush, and start blending out that foundation. Going under my jaw and my neck area. And I'm going to now move into my contour. And you want to make sure you push this up, back. You want to push it into your hairline. I'm going to actually bring mine a little low today. And now I'm going to start blending out my highlight. So make sure you're taking your kabuki and also bringing more of that foundation back. I have let this sit a little long, so now I'm going to blend out my forehead concealer. Then you're gonna take your foundation brush and bring all that back. Then you're gonna take the brush you use to contour and stamp a little bit more of that back. Bending it out again. And that's just how I do it everywhere. So now I'm going to do my upper lip area. And when I get here, I do start to take from under my eye, because there will be a lot of product sitting there. So you want to start taking from there and building up on top of your mouth. Then you're going to take your foundation brush again and just blend that. Now we're going to start blending out under the eye. And you're just going to bring out the sides first. I like to lift mine up all the way on the side of my eyebrow. But since I have my eyeshadow here, I won't bring it too high today. Get right under the eye, and then I stop and move on to the other side. Go to the side first. Blend it up as high as you want to. And then start getting closer to the eye just to pick up some of that product we have there. I'm going to take my foundation brush again. Get a little more foundation on it. You don't really need too much more at this point. And this is how I try to preserve a little bit of foundation. I don't put foundation all over my whole face because it honestly doesn't really need it. And you can always go over and do your foundation after. So that's why I do that way. Now I'm going to move back to my contour and bring it up. And I know it is very dark, but we're gonna blend it out with the concealer and it's gonna look a lot less crazy. I'm gonna take my foundation brush again and just go on top, just like that. Then I'm gonna bring it back and start blending the concealer into it, like that. Now I'm going to go right under my eye. Now we can do that. And bring that down. And I'm going to take my foundation brush and just go straight over my nose. I can add more concealer if I need to, but I did kind of OD with the corrector, so I just have to put it all the way over my nose. Which is not a problem. Now we're going to take that foundation brush again and blend into the contour, just like that. And I'm actually going to add a little more of the contour because I feel like it was lost. Just going to press it. I didn't add any more on the actual brush. I'm just using whatever is left to kind of give me the look I'm going for. And I'm going to blend that up with my foundation brush. And then I'm going to make sure everything's blended down below. And anywhere I want to add more contour, I will with the leftover in my brush. So under my lip to give me that cute pouty look. I'm gonna take my foundation brush, go over my mouth again. And now I'm going to add more concealer. I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape in Tan. And I don't really put too much of this, but I do add some to add some brightness. About a few dots under my eye. Just like that. Something up there. A little right here. A little right there. And on my nose again. That's why I didn't really see it as much of a problem when my nose had a little too much corrector, because I was gonna add more concealer anyway, so I wasn't really worried. And I don't put too much of this concealer because this concealer is a little strong. And I always start here, right here, concentrated on one spot. You don't want this to get too wild, and then you're gonna tone it down with your foundation again, just like that. It's really cute. Add a little of my contour on the sides, under here. That's gonna give me kind of a nice look that I want. Now I'm going to blend out forehead area. And again, flat brush. Now I'm gonna blend that down, just like that. I'm gonna go to the upper lip. And it just adds a little bit of brightness that I want under the eye. I'm gonna use this brush to set under my eyes using my Coty Airspun powder. I always start with a little layer first, right where I would crease, and then you build it up. I'm going to go into my Anastasia bronzer in Mahogany, and I'm gonna take the It's My Ray brush and number 2, start bronzing up. Then I'm going to take my It's My Ray palette and I'm going to start to contour. I will be mixing Mocha and Brownie Bites. I'm not using too much of Brownie Bite for obvious reasons. And I'm going to take that my lowest points and blend it up. Now I'm going to take the blush out of this Becca palette. And I'm going to blush my skin. I've never used this blush before, but I do want to give it a chance. Okay, this blush seems to add a little bit of shine, which I'm not mad at, but I'm also not really a fan of. So I think I may have to get another blush to add with this one. Yeah, I'm gonna add another blush with this one as well. So I'm gonna take my Anastasia Trio in Peachy Love. This is my favorite blush duo. I mean, trio. Smile and see. That just does something. Just does something very nice to my face. Now I'm going to take and stipple in, but also remove whatever powder is left on my face. Now I'm going to move on to finishing my eyes. Okay, you guys, so I want to tell you how I finished off my eye. I went ahead and put some NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in white in my waterline. And then I accidentally OD'd when I took this purple shade we used earlier under my eye, but I fixed it and I blended it out with these 2 shades. And in my inner corner, I put this gold, and I also put that in my brow bone area. Then I went ahead and highlighted with my Becca palette. This gold shade right here is what I used, and I put Fenty How Many Carats on top. And my lip combo is all MAC. I lined with Chestnut by MAC. I can't find that right now, but I lined with Chestnut by MAC, and I used both of the Aaliyah collection, Try Again and Brooklyn Born. It is so hot in here. I'm sweating right now, and I went ahead and added my wig on and everything else. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that quick little glow up. Yeah, I believe that's all I did, you guys. Let me know if y'all like this look. And yeah, I love you all, and I can't wait to see the next one. Bye.